Hi, I am Pastor Dee, and I am Dunamis woman, and I am here to invite you to stay tuned to a special segment from the teaching, How to Pray with Power on Purpose. This upcoming year, 2015, requires results. No longer is it acceptable for us to just get mediocre results, but we are determined as women of power to get results that is deemed to be miraculous. So I want you to just sit back. I want you to be intentional. And that's what purpose means, with intent. Watch this broadcast with intent because it is so revelatory. And the very nuggets that you're going to see in this show is simply that. They're just nuggets. But you got to go deeper and deeper and deeper to get to the truth. So I want to stimulate your mind. I want your heart to be stimulated. I want your very soul to be provoked that you in 2015 will engage with Dunamis Woman because it requires results. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Talk soon.
And it doesn't happen the way a lot of prayers have been answered. It just didn't manifest the way you thought it was going to manifest. So you don't even see the answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm just going to speak from what many women, okay. I know women who have gotten pregnant just by having sexual intercourse. And I know women, like unto myself, who had to pray to get pregnant. I couldn't do it it didn't happen just because, I just laid there. Literally, I had problems and I couldn't get pregnant. So I was like, Lord, I prayed. I want a daughter. I asked for a daughter, and miraculously, He gave me a daughter. My whole reproductive system was jacked up. So without a reproductive system, you ain't going to have one. I don't care how much you pray. So realistically, He had to heal my reproductive system, which was a miracle, and Dunamis means a miracle. And then after that, which I didn't even think about it no more, the daughter came forth. Now, it was a beautiful daughter. She's still beautiful. She's big, she's 27, she's beautiful. But that girl gave me so many problems. And she still keep me praying. Now, you would think an answer to prayer would be
Fluffy and lovely.
Are y'all getting my point? But there's no way nobody could ever convince me, because I know that I know that I know. You just have to, you can believe me whether you believe me or not. Frankly, I don't care. But I know that 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 my child was a miracle. Somebody can say, oh, that stuff don't happen. I don't care what you think, because I know that I what?
No.
That I what?
No.
That I what?
No.
That I what?
No.
That's how your prayer life has to be. But my pain is my power. So what keeps me going with this wonderful woman that she's developing to be, that seems like the older she gets, I pray harder because she makes stupid decisions. Does that make sense? But she's getting more wise and she's get greater understanding. But you would think, because it was a gift from heaven or wherever she came from, that I question that I wouldn't have as many problems. Now, the one that I did not have to pray for, because once the womb was open, the womb was what? Open. Once that floodgate open, so it is in the spiritual, so it is where? Naturally. That's why 2015 is so important. Because once that floodgate open, can you handle the problems? You know, the more money you make, the more problems you have. We got to get ready for the problems. We got to get ready for the people with the problems. Does that make sense? People bring problems. Y'all know that, right?
Yes.
That's why I don't run after people. When people leave my life, there's problems leaving my life. Why would I want to say, who's staying? Stay with your problems. I will take it because of what I do, but if you choose to leave, did y'all get that? Did you? You get that if you ain't got nothing else, did you? I know, I'm just messing with you. Tell me what you got out of that. Because evidently it spoke to your heart.
I got out of it that even though we may have loved ones, be it family or non-related people, if they no longer want to be involved with us, on a certain level, that's a blessing. Because what they have for us is not necessarily good if they don't desire to be involved with us.
Well, you have to understand too, and that's why your life. See, when I walk my journey, I'm walking my prayer. So now when I speak it, I sit down and however I commune with either the Father, the Son, the King, the Creator, You see what I'm saying? That is in my life. I'm speaking about that based upon my purpose. So it's nothing that I really am asking for too much. It's about communing in my relationship. I don't have to ask for something that is already mine. But I do ask when I need more of that thing that I already got. Did that make sense? Did that make sense? So I have to understand, all of you all in here, let me just use you for an example since I'm speaking to you directly, okay? I just met you today, okay? How long have I been knowing you? 5 years. How long have I been knowing you? A year. How long have I been knowing you?
2 months.
I'll give it 2 months. How long have I been knowing you? 4 months, okay? So now it's her journey that I have to contribute to, and she contributed to my journey, but she would have never came before her timing. You would have never came before your timing. You couldn't have never come before your timing. The timing is now. Does that make sense? Somebody had to exit for somebody to enter. I couldn't keep all these people in my life if everybody stayed. Does that make sense? That makes sense. It's a beautiful thing. But we like to, first of all, some people that come, we don't know how to embrace them, which is an answer to prayer. Because it didn't come in the package we thought it was going to come. Some people we try to hold on and stay connected to that you got to let go. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you're still there don't mean I have to have a relationship. Because a relationship is a movement. But I got to understand the dynamics of how to relate. Does that make sense? So that's why I said prayer is relationship. No. We're trying to have all of this. If I ask God, God, I need some money. I know everybody prayed that prayer, haven't you? Okay. God, I need some money. This is our relationship, and this is his relationship with himself. Now, I don't get into all of who said who would have function and everything. I don't know. Well, Jesus was a prophet. He was all that. I really don't care what you think. Because he was all that. And no, he didn't walk this earth with me. Physically. I haven't seen God. Nobody has. I haven't seen my Creator. Nobody has, but I know he lives. If that makes sense. Because I wouldn't be in existence. Okay? So, I don't know that you're really a woman. I don't even know if you're really a female. You say you are. Just because you got makeup nowadays, it sure don't mean you're a female. Many people look like a female, but you really got a what? And they make themselves up. So I have to believe that you say you're a woman. I don't want you to prove it to me. Too much information. TMI. Okay? She says she's a woman, guess what? I'm gonna take you at your word. Simple as that. Ain't nothing to debate about. Because that doesn't directly affect me whether you're not. I just believe what you say.
Dunamis Woman in Real Awesome Men magazine is not just a publication that empowers you to break through barriers for great success, but we are a magazine that supports the mission of other organizations. So I am so happy for our fall 2014 issue, which is a special edition strictly for the Schaumburg Business Association. And we are coupling up with Alzheimer's Association to support their mission and their cause. Alzheimer's is something that affects many families all around the world, whether it's your mother, your grandfather, your grandmother, or your father. And it really is something that most people really hold dear to their heart. And so we want you to help us support Alzheimer's Association by going to our website and buying a single issue for a low cost of just $6.95. That's just $6.95 that you could help us give back to Alzheimer's Association. So visit www.dunamis-woman.com and get your copy today.
So when I'm talking, I have to understand, based upon creator, of what is. Jesus Christ is the son of the whom? Father. But to me, he is my brother. I am not a man. I'm a what? Woman. So he communes with me as his sister. But I commune with him as a brother. So when I'm talking to God, am I talking to God who holds the position of the Father, or the Creator who holds the position as the Lord God, and it's the Lord God that created man and woman? And I'm not going to get into all of that depthly. I will wait for next week. Does that make sense? So, anybody got a brother and a sister?
Yes.
You got a brother and a sister. How is your speech different?
It's much different. My sister, we can relate on an emotional term. My brother's, it's very factual and
Precise and logical.
logical.
Same it is. And the brother is a man.
Yes. So,
Now if she have a relationship with a man, she still got a brother. Am I right? But as now a woman relating to a man, she will get frustrated because he's too logical and she emotional. Because you want the man to think like you as a woman. And it's just not going to happen. But it's okay with a brother. Are you with me? Because you're just still trying to get the what, but you're not recognizing the who. I hope y'all getting this, because I'm about to scream. It's so revelatory. It illuminated and changed my whole life. But I had to go through insurmountable pain to understand this. And your pain, many people don't, I ain't talking about no physical pain. Your emotional pain. Because we get hit in our what? Emotions. That's why you got jealousy, competition, dissension, all kind of stuff amongst whom? Women. Gossip. And then I got to know when I'm talking to her as my sister. I feel like my sister. Does that make sense? Yet she's a woman. I can't have it. And as we relate to one another, it's only based upon our relation with our whom?
Creator.
It's not about her changing my views and me trying to change her views, or because we believe the same thing, we can't have a relationship. Many of us have a relationship because we believe the same thing. Does that make sense? And what you believe ain't accurate anyway, because you don't even know what you believe. And everybody is always trying to think about it. I want you to really think about what I'm saying. Most people that you're in a relationship with is trying to change your views to think like them. And 99% of the time, if not 100, it works. And you're too scared to come out of your true self and discover who you are. Because that's going to cause you some pain. Rejection. They're going to say you're crazy. Misunderstanding. But as long as you're purpose-driven, it's inevitable you got to get to the people, your targeted people. Everybody's not for me. I understand that. Everybody is not for me. And if you're not for me and I connect with the wrong people, that's why, I'm just talking, I'm going to relate from a business standpoint. If everybody had that mindset, everybody don't have that mindset, we would get more. Now for top executives and CEOs who only hang with those certain mindsets, that's how they grow their business and get results, because they give business to each other. So when you're just going to random networking events, not saying I shouldn't go, and maybe many of you all don't go because you're not in that. You know, church is a networking event. Many people get married because they networked in church, thinking they had the same mindset. And they didn't. You would never think that person who said Jesus will slap you upside your ear. But at home, they what? Our media is full of too much. It ain't a whole, it's too much for me. One is too much. Of a pastor or a preacher molesting somebody. They're going to put that in media. Because it's not the position, it's the mind. Does that make sense? One is too much, but is it real? Mm-hmm. Is it the truth?
Yes.
And many people don't want to hear the what? The truth. So in order for me to have a relationship, I really want you all to get this, because your thinking has to what?
Change.
Your thinking. And as you think, so you speak. Are you women? Who are you talking to when you're moving? Who's sending me out here? Is the Creator? Is it my Father? You know what I'm saying? Big brother Jesus, do you have me? I got to know how to distinguish those two, because a brother got my back, but my brother had to been trained by a father. Mm-hmm. And if the father's missing, not saying the brother don't have my back, but he got some deficits too. Does that make sense? So how do we have each other's back? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody wants something from God, but can God trust you? It's a relationship. Can he trust you to be on your square? Can he trust you to do what you say you're going to do? Can he trust you with what he want to give you? I know. One daughter I can trust with one thing, and another daughter I can trust with another. I administer to them according to how I can trust them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I give one daughter $5,000, it's going to sit there. I know it is. I get the other $5,000, she's going to dip into it, and it's going to be gone. And she's going to say, I'll put it back. I ain't mad. I know. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if I give it, I better know that I know she's going to dip into it. I know that. But I gave it to her still. You see what I'm saying? But I also know when I ask for it, I want it back. Now, how she got to go get it back, that's between her and her Creator. Her Father, she better start praying. And she better know who to pray to. Does that make sense? So it is in the natural, so it is where?
Yes, good.
The thing is, are you lying to yourself or are you lying to him? Because a lot of things you say you're ready for, you ain't ready for. And be honest with yourself. See, I'm honest with myself in prayer. God, this is hard. I ain't coming to him with no fluff. This is hard. I cannot, look, this is my speech too. My father, which takes a maturity. One time I was in a relationship, and I know it wasn't healthy for me. Jesus helped me. The more I was talking to his brother, it wasn't working. I liked it. I ain't like the man, I liked what it was doing to me.
Mm-hmm. Come on and talk, real talk, for real.
Wasn't healthy for me, Joyce, but that sure was feeling good. It was mighty good. But mentally, it was not healthy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The body was feeling good, but the mind, it was jacking me up. Emotionally, it was what? Jacking me up. It had a stronghold on me. I need to go. Some things you can go to your brother for, but when you get in some situations, you got to call your daddy.
Yep.
Well, there you have it. I am very confident that you were immensely blessed. Oh my God, if you had just been in the class, you couldn't even believe some of the thoughts that was going on about prayer. However, it is never too late for you to engage with us. I want you to engage in 2015 because it is required of us as women of power to get results in our lives. I am so reminded of Jesus when he was talking to the disciples and he was saying, upon this rock, you will build my church. That's the revelation of God's word, that we must get built up as the church. The church is not the building that you go to. You are the church. I am the church. It's a term called ecclesia, and we are the ecclesia, and we must come together. The gates of hell will not prevail as we as women stand together in prayer, on purpose, with power to get results. So I want you to get a copy of this book, because this book will give you so much insight on 3 things that I always teach about: strategy, skill, and timing. And now it's time for you to learn what it is with specificity for your life that you will get results for your family, for your loved ones, for your household, for your ministry, for your business, and most of all, for your purpose, living a purpose-driven life. I am Pastor Dee. I look forward to hearing from you. Give me a call. The number's right there on that screen, and you can always visit me on the website. Email me, and I will get back with you. Love you. Talk to you soon, and have a blessed year.
How many have grew up with their father in their home? How many don't even know their father? For those who grew up with, I know my father, but I didn't grow up with my father in my home, which distorted my view of what a father would be. So my view of what a father is he left me out there. Did I know that he loved me? Yeah. But realistically, I've been dealing with that abandonment because a father is a protector. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
And a father is a provider. Supposed to be. That's their nature. Okay? So, if your father in the home, who had the father in the home? Who else? Joyce. Okay. When you needed a pair of shoes, or you needed the lights on, or you needed the provision there, did you go ask your father to go pay the light bill?
No, he automatically knew to do it.
He automatically knew to do it. Okay. Have you ever been where you didn't have any type of clothing?
No.
Okay. Who provided that?
My parents.
Okay. The mother and the father working home together. Okay. Did you go and say, I'm butt naked, I need a shirt?
Shoes.
Okay. Which they didn't pay attention to your feet growing. You see what I'm saying? But did you get the shoes?
Yeah.
Okay. So a father already makes the what? Provision.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to ask. A father takes good pleasure in making provisions for his family. But if that has been distorted, it hinders our trust. If you haven't, who haven't had it? Okay? So when you're trying to trust, it hinders your what? Your trust. Is this really going to happen for me? So I feel like I have to ask for it. I have to beg for it. And we as women, oftentimes, we don't even do that. We just go make it happen ourselves. We become the protector and the provider. Which eventually, after so long, we get wore out. You get sick and tired of being what?
Sick and
Of
tired.
being what?
Sick and
Of
tired.
being what?
Sick and tired.
Correct. Darn it, I am
Sick and tired.
of doing all this stuff. Because realistically, I have a strength and I have a power and I have a force in me, but it's channeled in a way that is not getting me results because I'm focusing on this. When if all this was made and everybody was in their rightful place, I could be free to be focused on it in another way. Because technically that father is supposed to train us up in the way of how we were already created. That's why having children is a really big responsibility, because if everybody has taken a journey and you were created based upon that journey, I talk about that in the book and I'm going to get into that, you know what I'm saying? It is my responsibility to seek my father based upon who he created these kids to be. So now I have to have a certain mindset on each child that I am as under my auspices.
Yeah.
That's a lot of what?
Work.
Responsibility. But if I'm out there working, bringing home the bread, the butter, the bacon, and all this other stuff, I can't focus on the children. Just do. Clean up. Why this house ain't clean? Go to school. Here's the key. Watch your back. Do this, do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we're using that power, but we're using it in a way to survive or to get stuff done. And then by the time we really start saying, okay, this is my purpose and I really want to do this and I really, you know, we have all, not only are we dysfunctional, but we have dysfunctional families. Now they pulling on us. You got $1? You got $5? You got this, you got that, and it become taxing.
I just wanted to also mention that
Sure.
1 out of 3 approximately girls are abused by their father
They are.
or another relative that would be assumed to be like a father figure. And that distorts you in the same way or worse than physically not being there.
Correct.
So I don't think there's anyone, I don't think, in my opinion, that there's anyone in this room that hasn't gone through the same thing.
You're absolutely right. And if I was to put 100 more women in his room,
So even though you had your father physically there, you may not be able to have that trust that you're being taken care of because your emotional scars are just as bad as your
and you should
physical.
have recorded that when she said that. That is the truth.
Absolutely
And the most
true.
difficult part about what we do, Ollie, Joyce, is getting women to deal with that emotional pain. They're scared. The fear. Because what we have become has become our norm. But it's not who we were created to be.
Some women their whole life never, ever get out of that emotional pain.
Correct. And from sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, and women attract their
Equal.
fathers.
Yeah.
It's a law of attraction. And I don't care how much you want to ignore it. And it's really more detrimental when you attract something or someone that you never knew. Or you don't even know about them. And a lot of us are, you're right, well, my dad was there and he was in the home and he'd get this and whatever. Physically, he's just there. But he is not given emotionally what is needed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we have magnified material things to be our primary focus.
Because it's easier than focusing on.
Because it gives attention. It makes me look good. The more I have, don't let me go get the name brand. People are making money off of people's pain.